The 50-50 rule. All right, you messed up, you cheated. Now you need to cover your tracks. Not with panic, with precision. Here's the move, the 50-50 rule. Let's say your partner comes in suspicious. Where were you last night? You weren't answering your phone. Don't freeze. Don't over-explain. Drop the setup. I was at Jenna's place, had a couple beers. True. Verifiable. Jenna can back it up. That's your anchor. Then slide in the lie. We watched the game. I crashed there, didn't even hear my phone. Unverifiable. No one can prove you didn't sleep there or missed your phone. It's just your word, and it rides on the strength of the truth that came before. That's the genius of the 50-50 rule. The truth builds trust, and the lie hides in its shadow. You give them just enough reality to quiet their instincts and keep the story airtight. It's all about cognitive ease and confirmation bias. The brain likes information that fits a known pattern, something familiar, believable, partly provable. When you mix truth with fiction, the truth acts like a credibility decoy. Their brain relaxes, thinking, this checks out, and becomes less critical of the rest. Plus, if they already want to believe you, their mind does the rest, filling in blanks, smoothing over doubts. It's not just lying, it's social engineering. Simple, clean, almost foolproof. The illusion of control. You're out with your partner figuring out what to do. You could let them pick anything, but nah. You say, we can hit that new pasta place or try that sushi spot. Totally up to you. Sounds chill, right? Feels like they're in charge. Wrong. You rigged the whole thing. You didn't hand them the full map. You built 2 roads and pointed at both. They pick one, thinking it's their idea. They feel free. They feel in control. Humans crave agency, the feeling that they're in control of their own choices. When people believe they're deciding freely, they commit more strongly and resist less. But if they sense they're being forced, they naturally push back. By offering a limited set of options, you trick the mind into feeling autonomous while still controlling the outcome. It's not just manipulation. It's a psychological shortcut hardwired into human decision-making. Use this when you want to steer someone's decisions without the backlash that comes from being too obvious about the nudge. You're picking where to eat with your partner. Instead of flat-out saying what you want, you casually drop, I've been craving pasta from that new Italian place. But the sushi spot's fine too. You nod when you mention pasta, shrug. At sushi, barely noticeable. They think it's their idea when they choose pasta. You didn't force them. You just made one option feel better. That's the move. Frame the choice just right, and they'll walk exactly where you want, smiling. From a young age, the brain learns that a nod means yes, and a shrug or head shake means uncertainty or no. These cues get hardwired, so when you nod at pasta, you're silently marking it as the right choice. The brain picks up on that, even if they don't realize it, and leans toward what feels like the better option. You didn't decide for them. You just gave their mind a gentle nudge. Use this when you want to steer someone's choices without them even realizing. Stack it with the first trick, and you're not just suggesting decisions. You're making them for them. Priming. You want pasta for dinner. You casually mention you've been craving it. Maybe show a photo of some creamy fettuccine you saw earlier, then drop it. You don't push. You just let it hang. Later, you randomly bring up Italian restaurants. Maybe scroll past a pasta dish. Maybe hum that song from the trattoria you both love. Small, effortless drops. Nothing obvious. By the time you ask, sushi or pasta, their brain has been marinating in pasta all day. Without even realizing it, they lean toward what you primed them for, and it feels like their own idea. That's priming. Plant the seed early, feed it quietly, and when the choice comes, they think it's their thought. The brain favors what's familiar. Repeated subtle cues, photos, words, sounds, activate related associations. When the decision moment comes, the primed option feels more natural, more right. They choose it, thinking it was theirs all along. Now stack that with the illusion of control and a nudge. Now you're not just influencing, you're puppeteering, and they'll thank you for it. Playing the pig to eat the tiger. At the party, everyone's loud, messy, careless. You play the harmless fool, smiling, nodding, staying out of it. You catch a detail about your frenemy, a betrayal, a weakness. They don't even notice you. Listening, you wait. Then when the moment's right, maybe when they're bragging or starting drama, you casually slip the secret, letting the group turn on them without ever pointing the finger yourself. That's playing the pig to eat the tiger. Act soft. Collect the weapon. Gut them when they least expect it. People protect themselves from threats, not fools. When they think you're harmless, they hand you everything. All you do is wait and strike without warning. No mess, no trace. Humans are wired to size up threats fast. It's evolutionary. In a split second, we read body language, tone, posture. If you seem weak or clueless, the brain flags you as safe, not worth worrying about. That's a cognitive shortcut called underestimation bias, a way the brain conserves effort by dismissing what looks unthreatening. It's the perfect cover. While everyone's busy watching the obvious players, you're the ghost in the room, soaking up intel, planting seeds, shifting the room without being seen. You're not just pretending to be harmless, you're weaponizing invisibility. And when the tiger finally sees you, it's already too late. Strategic praise. You're talking with your crush. You casually drop. Honestly, Jenna's work ethic is insane. Super rare these days. They agree, you smile, move on. But here's the move. While you're praising someone else, your crush starts linking all that good energy back to you. You're the one who notices loyalty, drive, kindness, which makes you look even better. That's strategic praise behind their back. Lift someone else up and wear the halo yourself. Humans are naturally wired to associate. When you express admiration for someone, especially traits like loyalty or work ethic, the brain doesn't just stop at Jenna's amazing. It automatically connects the messenger to the message. We're hardwired to think if they value that quality, they must have it themselves. This is a form of implicit self-association. Praise activates not just a positive response to the person being praised, but to the one giving it. People don't just hear, Jenna's awesome. They hear, wow, you care about what really matters. And that subtly reflects back on you in a way that feels real and sincere. So while Jenna gets the spotlight, you get the halo, quietly, powerfully. Door-in-the-face technique. You need a favor, but you don't ask directly. You set the trap. Could you help me move all weekend? I can't. No problem. Just a few boxes Saturday afternoon would help a lot. Now it feels like nothing, and they feel like they owe you. That's door in the face. Hit them with something huge. Let them say no, then slide in the real favor. People naturally want to feel helpful and fair. Saying no to the first makes them feel a little guilty, like they owe you something. So when you ask for something smaller, they're way more likely to agree. This happens because of a psychological rule called reciprocity. When someone backs down or compromises, like you did by asking for less, people feel pressure to meet them halfway. They dodge the first bullet and walk straight into the second, because guilt makes people easy to steer. Double bind. You want to destroy someone without even raising your voice. Set the double bind. You question, were you lying to me from the start, or did you just lose all self-respect along the way? If they say they lied, they admit they were fake the whole time. If they say they lost self-respect, they admit they became pathetic. Either way, their image is shattered, and you never even had to get angry. That's the double bind. You give two choices. Both wreck them completely. Psychologically, people are wired to choose between available options instead of challenging the setup itself. This comes from something called reactive thinking. The brain reacts fast under pressure and picks whatever seems like the least bad choice, without realizing the whole situation is a trap. Also, cognitive dissonance kicks in. When forced to defend a bad choice, people feel mental discomfort, and the more they talk to fix it, the guiltier and weaker they look. You're not directly attacking. You're exploiting the mind's own shortcuts against them.